So these are the notes for Chapter 9, Lesson 3. And we are using the date 3/21/2013. Your first vocabulary term is relative frequency, and it's the ratio of the value of the subtotal to the value of the total. And you're going to find relative frequencies by constructing two-way tables. And this is data from one sample group as it relates to two different categories. Example number 1 says Philippe surveyed students at his high school. He found that 78 students own a cell phone. 57 of those students own an iPod. 13 students who do not own a cell phone but own an iPad. And 9 students do not own either of the devices. So we look at constructing a two-way table to summarize the data. If there's a total of 78 that own a cell phone, 78 goes in that column or that row. And these are my rows going this way. And going down, I consider those my columns. And so 57 students own an iPod, and so 57 would go here. Sorry, 57 of those students who don't own a cell phone own an iPod. 57 goes here. We don't have a total for there yet. We have 13 students who do not own a cell phone, but they do have an iPod. We have 13 here. And then 9 students do not own either of the devices. So we have 9 with no iPod and no cell phone. So now we need to fill in the blanks. If we have 78 total with a cell phone, 57 with the iPod, how many are left over to have no iPod but they have a cell phone? And for no cell phones, we have 13 iPod, 9 no iPod, 22 total. And now let's figure out our totals. Adding them down, we get 70. Adding these down, we get 30. And adding these down and across, we get the same number, which is 100. So now we need to find and interpret the relative frequency for these by row. So we're going across. We're taking 57 as a subtotal and dividing by the total, 78. We're taking 21 and dividing by the total, 78. 57 divided by the 78 will give us 0.73, the nearest 100. And the 21 will give us 0.27 to the nearest 100. 78 divided by 78 should give us 1.00, which is also adding these down. Should also equal 1.00. Talking about decimals and percentages, and everything adds up to a whole. The no cell phone, we have 13 out of total of 22 at 0.59. We have 9 divided by 22 at 0.41. And 22 divided by 22 gives us our whole, and the two numbers add up to a whole. So the largest that we are looking at is right here at 0.73, which means most students, and from the table, have a cell phone and they have an iPod. Moving on to the next page. Number 2 says there are 150 children at summer camp. 71 signed up for swimming. 71 total signed up for swimming. There are a total of 150 kids at camp. We have a total of 62 children that signed up for canoeing. And 28 of them signed up also for swimming. So canoeing and swimming is 28. So now we have to kind of fill in the blanks here. If we have 71 total, take away the 28 who swim and canoe, we are left with 43 that swim but no canoeing. From the 62, we take away the 28, and we are left with 34 that don't swim but they do canoe. And from the 150, we take away the 71, and we are left with the no swimmers, who would be 79 of them. So 34 plus something will give us our 79. And so 34 plus 45 will give us our 79. We add our 43, we're adding this column down, and get 88 for no canoeing total. So we need to find and interpret the relative frequencies of this by column this time. So we're actually working our way down. We're doing 28 divided by 62. To get 0.45, we're doing 34 divided by 62. To get 0.55, and 62 divided by 62 will give us our 1 whole, and adding those two numbers will also do that. The second column of no canoeing, we have 43 divided by 88, and we get 0.49, and we have 45 divided by 88, which gives us 0.51. 88 divided by 58 will give us 1 whole, and so will our answers added together. So it looks like the highest value is right here at 0.55, and that was our, most campers are not swimming. But they are canoeing. So those are your notes for Chapter 9, Lesson 3, and bring them with you to class tomorrow so that we can do the practice problem. Have a good night.